Okay, I've decided that I'm going to do a really super quick video to discuss surrogacy. It's going to have to be quick because I've only just got to work. I'm being a little bit sneaky, but I've got 5 minutes spare. Excuse the state of me, it's like a hurricane out there for some reason. Everywhere else in the country's got lovely snow and we've got wind and rain, so that's North Wales for you anyway. Okay, surrogacy. First, main, most important thing to say about it is that it is completely awesome. My life pretty much revolves around surrogacy now. I'm what you call an intended mother, or I will be. Sorry, you'll have to excuse the lighting as well. I will be an intended mother in the future when we're ready to start our journey. We will be looking for a gestational surrogate, which means my egg and my partner's sperm will be used, made into a little cute embryo, and then put into our surrogate mother's uterus, basically, where hopefully she will fall pregnant and carry the baby for 9 months. We don't actually have a surrogate mum at the minute, and that's completely fine. We're quite far away from actually being able to begin yet anyway, because like I mentioned in the previous video, we want to get a house first. But regardless, I still think about surrogacy every single day. I still think about our baby and how I want it to go, and you know, me and Gav have done the baby name game. We've already picked our baby names. Just anything to keep us positive, really, because you know, although surrogacy is completely awesome, it can also be really draining and really get you down. And I'm getting to that age now where all of my friends are having babies and settling down and having families, and I think if you ask anybody that has fertility problems, there's always a stage you go through basically where you feel like every supermarket you go into or every high street you walk down, there's babies and prams and baby grows, and it can almost just become an obsession. I try not to let it, but it does. So I do have my crazy moments, but the only thing keeping me sane is the wonderful world of surrogacy. I'm lucky enough that 4 years ago, when I realised I'd need a surrogate mother, I found a great board basically on the internet. I was slowly introduced to some lovely surrogates and other intended parents across the country in the UK. And that was my saviour really, because before that I just sort of settled with the fact that I was going to have to adopt, because surrogacy sounded so complicated and so scary, and it was such a massive amount of money, and all I could see was, well, you know, the baby's not even legally mine. Sorry. So there's always the chance that the surrogate could run off with your baby at the end of it, and it absolutely terrified me. But having joined this board and actually meeting these other surrogates, it got rid of all of my fears basically, because I realised that, you know, 99.9% of the surrogates out there, they don't get into it because they want to keep the baby. They get into it because they want to help, you know, couples become a family or to complete their families. Anyway, since then, Facebook groups have opened up, and I'm a member of a fantastic surrogacy group. I'm not going to name names, so if it ever comes to a surrogate or another intended parent I'm talking about, or even the groups, I've decided that I'm not going to name names, because you know, it is a fickle world at times as well. So, but if anybody from this group is watching, they'll know which group I'm on about, and I have to say that they are the most amazing men and women that I have the pleasure of talking to pretty much every day. Yes, it's an obsession. 2013 has been fantastic. We've seen new matches, and we've already had a couple of pregnancies, and you know, a couple of births as well, one of which was twins, and it's just, you know, we're only 2 weeks into 2013 and so much has happened already, and every single time I hear a positive story, it just fills me with hope, because I know that one day that's going to be me counting down in our 2-week wait, or that's going to be me showing scan pictures of our baby, and I genuinely can't wait for it. So I've more touched on the personal, emotional sides of what surrogacy means to me in this video. I know I haven't actually described a lot of the technical ins and outs and, you know, the IVF side, or there's a completely different side of surrogacy as well, traditional surrogacy, which is where the surrogate mum acts as the egg donor as well. Excuse me, I'm getting a cold as well. So I'm hoping in some, you know, my next video or whatever, I can discuss the ins and outs of surrogacy a bit more and what I know on it. I don't know everything. I've been in the surrogacy world for 4 years now, and I'm still asking questions every other week, boring people, because, well, it's a lot to take in, but it's all well worth it. And if anybody watches this video and they're wondering about surrogacy as an option, it's not an option for everybody. It doesn't suit everybody's lifestyles, but it's definitely worth looking into. You know, thinking back that many years ago when I nearly just, you know, just settled that I'd never do surrogacy, I can't believe it now, because I'd be lost, absolutely lost without all of my friends. And anyway, I've rambled on enough, and I should probably get off to work. So hopefully I'll get back on later in the week if I get a chance, and I'll do my next video diary. Okay.